here we are on a little stand I've just put here just for filming, and we've got the crank out, and you can see number 1, number 2, number 3 journal here, and it's a 4 main bearing crank. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Now, I just had a quick look at the Bearco site, and on Bearco they have a tech spec page, and it says that the mains should be 1 thou under 2 3/4, so that's 2.749, and these little fellas here, they should just be under 2.5, 1 thou under 2.5. So on the big ends, because the piston pushes down and it fires and goes bang and turns the crank, and the rest of the time it's only exhaust and inlet strokes and all that, they often get worn out around, and the side that the power pushes down on the crank journal here, that often ends up a little bit more worn than the one at 90 degrees. So we measure everything in 2 spots, and on the main bearings you'll see a little dark line there. Now if we go back over and have a look at a main bearing, that's where the oil gets in. This would be the front one, and that's where the oil comes in, so which is on the front, but there's no use measuring that dark patch there, because that dark patch will actually be standard because of the oil groove there. It's never done any work, so the wear will be either side of those grey marks, and that's why you see people run their finger over and they have a bit of a feel and see. And so on the rear main here, yeah, you can just see the line, so you don't measure there, you measure in these journals here. You don't have to measure both sides, just one will give you an idea. So we'll get our mini G clamp here, and I've just checked this on the standard, that's why it's in close, and we'll see how the rear main's going. Okay, that's 2.7. So 8.5. That's not quite enough. Oh. 2.750 inch and 3/4, so at 2.049 we have 1 thou wear. And believe it or not, that's still in spec that way. It's 2.7485. So I've got about half a thou wear there, and look, that's pretty good. So we'll turn the crank to 90, we'll measure it again. That's great, yep, that's real good. So we'll come around, we'll come up to the next one now. I'll try and bring him over in frame a bit better for you. It's hard to talk and read a micrometer at the same time. I never realised that before. Yep, 8.5 the same. 8.5. 4.85. That's about half a thou fatter. This one is actually half a thou skinnier. This one's around half a thou, so 5/10,000ths of an inch smaller than this one. Then on the front here, .7485 thereabouts. So with new bearings there, that crank would nearly run. We're within spec. We take it up till the ratchet just clicks on, and then we can see. So most of them we're sitting at around 2.7485, which is, look, roughly 1.5 thou under 1 3/4. Now I'll just check the spec, but I'm pretty sure this journal was supposed to be 1 thou under 2 3/4, and yeah, look, there's a little bit of wear there. We'll go onto the big ends. It's only 1 thou or so, so it's certainly well within specs. Now number 1 here, that was the one that was marked. So when we drop right in here, this should be around 2 1/4 inch. Which is 2.250. Sitting there, that's 485, 2.2485. Like I say, it's hard. I'm reading one thing and saying another sometimes here. Release just a little. That's 2.249. It's 1 thou under 250. Then we'll try and measure it now around 90 degrees. Half a thou out around, I think. Hang on, we'll just check all that. Yeah. 2.2485. So that's about 1.5 thou worn. And when we come on the right angle here, oh look, it's not even that. It's not even half a thou out around. So we'll come through on this fella. 2. Eight, 5 again. Then we'll come at around 90 degrees to our last measurement. Yeah, 2.249, 1 thou, which is within spec. I'm pretty sure the figure was 49, so we're showing very little to nowhere. Four nine again. And that feels good. Just check it in a few spots. There, look, not even half a thou wear on that crank. On the back here we may have almost, oh, it was still only half. I'll go and find some specs and we'll see what we got. I was just thinking, with these figures in front of me, I might just recheck my work just to make sure. Yep, that's 2.249. Yep, 8.5. Yeah, so it's about 2.485. So we're about halfway between the 0.5 and the 0.9, and we're down this end on the, looks, if there was a 0.75 we'd have it, 2.2475 before the 9. So look, we're definitely in spec. .49, just under 49, but yeah, that's just lovely. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So on our big end, we're down the 2.249 end, we're about a quarter to half a thou under that. So, which is the fat end, so that's good. Now on the mains, I'll just have a quick run again just to check myself. Doesn't hurt to check your work, because before I was saying things I wasn't quite sure I was saying exactly what I was seeing. 8.5, so I'll get this screen going again. So we're 2.7485, so we're about halfway in between the lower tolerance and the high end. So look, that's really good. A bit bigger. You've got to use these, don't use them like G-clamps. Yeah, so maybe half a thou on the mains. We're sitting about 2.7485, so we're halfway on the two marks. So look, that's fine. The reason it used to drop oil pressure, I'd be pretty confident now, is the oil pump, not the crankshaft. There is a little bit of a score on number one, but we're going to get that polished off. I don't know whether I'll linish it myself by hand or whether I'll take it into town and have it polished. But all the surfaces are pretty good, so fair chance I'll just do it myself. May even set it up in the lathe and just spin it with a little bit of 1200 on it, or even down about 800, 600, something like that. Okay, so there you go. That's measuring the crank. We're in spec with the crank. We're about halfway. The big ends, we're down the good end. The mains, we're halfway within our tolerance, so probably many, many more hours working it yet.